The route between Cazalegas and Obando was no doubt one of the most dynamic and scenic routes that I've cycled through. On this route, there are dirt roads next to farms, a long bicycle path on the Verde de Jara, scenic highways, hills, mountain passes, tunnels and bridges that are all surrounded by nature. When I am traveling, I often just go with the flow. I would typically plan ahead, but sometimes I would divert if it makes more sense to do so, or if an alternative is a little more exciting to take. This is also true in terms of the way I approach life. Life is so path dependent because there are so many different things and there are so many different ways you could go. In the first episode, I have mentioned that I had no idea how this journey was gonna go and what things I would have experienced along the way. Did I choose the right path? Have I made the right choice to quit my job and pursue my personal goal? I'm aware that for some people, this may be the kind of move that they would consider a step back on their career. I don't have the answer to all these questions, but I am certainly happier.
This is probably the toughest cycle or trek that I've done. If you can see that up there, that's where I came from. There's a town there, and I took the side road into the valley and then up until here. And it looks like there's more to go. This line here, this thick black line on the top, that's where I want to be. I'm not sure if I could finish it today. Maybe carry on tomorrow. And set off to cycle from 5:30 a.m. and as you can see, that's really early and very cold, scary at some point because some of the roads are just really dark and there's a lot of, you never know what kind of animals you'd encounter on the road. The gradient's probably between 4 degrees to 7 degrees, and in terms of elevations it goes up and down from 500 meters up to say 600 meters, and my legs is a little bit it needs a bit of a rest. So yeah, I just been pushing up and up until I get to this area here. Anyway, I've just stopped by here to have coffee.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that includes you. Who are you to tell me how to live life in these times? It feels like
If you ever find yourself running low on water, well, just find one of these glaciers and you'll surely find one of these.
all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight, gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an X-ray.
Before I end this episode, I would like to say that as individuals, most of us, if not all, create our own stories. There is a famous quote that is close and dear to my heart, and it goes, "We do things in life for a reason. Sometimes we follow our hearts and free ourselves of labels. We lose control willingly. We trade a role for reality. We love the unfamiliar and we learn to trust strangers. We own only what we can carry. We search for better questions, not answers. We sometimes choose never to come back."
I guess it's different for each of us, and that's okay. Well, I just wanna be happy. How to get there? Glad that you asked me. I think it's different for everyone. Some of us need work, others need fun. Some of us need purpose to overcome, but try to do what you love when it's said and done.